Hi and Assalamualaikum everyone. So today I'm going to present about Prabut Jati Company. This is our members. First is Nurul Najwa Syafiqah, second is Nurul Nadia, third is Nur Anis Syahira, and lastly is Siti Nur Syafiqah. Introduction about this company. We choose Kedai Prabut Jati Evergreen, opened in 2011 in Indra Mahkota, Kuantan, owned by Encik Nur Azman. They have two branches, which is in Kemaman and Temerloh. Their factory is in Semarang, Indonesia.
The first type of waste is defects, when the customers are not satisfied with the quality of the products or services that actually waste because the organization might need extra money and time to fix these mistakes. These defects waste can happen when there are lack of information from the customer, poor work instruction, and also the data entry error. As for the Prabut Jati, products will have defects due to the damage of the wood that actually comes from the supplier, and also the staffs in handling the product, such as scratch and also the color of the wood faded. But they are able to overcome this problem by prepared wood paint and sandpaper in order to ensure that the customer will not disappoint with their products. Next, overproduction. Overproductions usually happen due to quantity of products that been made or exceed the amount of the customer demand. Product being earlier than the next process, and also a product being made faster than it's required by the next process. As for the Prabut Jati, they are not facing this kind of waste. It is because they are control all of their stocks, and about more than half their products are custom made. They only made 2 extra amount of each basic design of product in order to overcome this overproduction problem. The third waste of waiting. This kind of waste happen when need to spend extra times waiting for the next process is too long and affected the production. This can be happen due to unbalanced workload, waiting information, and also unlevel scheduling. For Prabut Jati, they face this problem especially when they are finished the product stranded in Port Kelang because the paint is done but not fully dried because of the rainy weather. This problem can be overcome if they have the machine that can be used to dry the furniture in a short time period rather than use the manual method. Next, waste of non-utilized talent. This happens when people's talents, abilities, skills, and knowledge are not being used well. This usually happens because of the unclear job description, lack of training, and also no feedback loop for continuous improvement. As for the Prabut Jati, they are not facing this problem since they have a better communication and clear job description. The managers also offered the available position to someone that had the qualification and ability instead before they announced to outsiders. Next, waste of transportation. Waste of transportation is when there are irrelevant movement of products and materials around the plant that usually happen due to the poor plant layout and poor of understanding the process flow for production. As for the Prabut Jati, the staffs are usually leave the furniture to move it to store rather than use the forklift because they think that by leave it manually will guarantee the quality of the product, but actually they are wasting using of the forklift that are already there for them to use. Next one, waste of inventory. This waste happen when there are excess of the materials or products that are not being used for manufacturing process. This is because the product complexity, unbalanced workload, and misunderstanding communication. As for the Prabut Jati, they usually not facing this problem as they organize their inventory really well by made the schedule, checklist to ensure all inventory are being used wisely. Next, waste of motion. Waste of motion is the unnecessary movement of people or machines that does not added value to the products or services. Causes of the motions are poor people or machine effectiveness, inconsistent work methods, poor workplace organization, and unfavorable facility or layout. As for the Prabut Jati, their products are usually need to be moved from one place to one place, such as from department of paint to dry paint department that are actually quite far from one another. They actually have to modify their space by move the department of paint near to the dry paint department, especially when they use the human labor to move the products. The last one is waste of extra processing. Waste of extra processing is the effect that adds no value to the products or services from the customer's viewpoint. This waste happen because of the product changes without process changes, the customer requirement undefined, and redundant approvals. As for the Prabut Jati, they are actually facing this waste where the sales department need to meet the managers from designers and operation management to check the ability and idea for the customer requirement. This can actually be avoided when the sales department have better knowledge regarding the quality and materials. Thank you.
Now I will continue with the 5 work process activities, which is supplier, input for M, process, output, or transportation service, and the last one, customer. For the supplier, the company will choose low price for raw materials. The second one, they will bulk tool material in case the product have defect after arrive. For the input for M, the company will use special lotion to maintain the quality of the products, and they will promote the products using the social media. In terms of the process, the company will repair the damage without sending it back to the supplier, and every product have certain number of workers to handle it. For the output or transportation service, the company will check the product before and after deliver the products to the customer. And for the customer, make sure to make a complaint instantly if the product that arrive have any defects, and the customer can contact the company via call or through the social media provided. For the opportunity for improvement, the first one, the company should improve the marketing to make it more well known than others furniture company. And the second one, do not order the product in high quantity to reduce the chances of defect.
Assalamualaikum, my name is Nur Shahira. I will present about 5S. 5S is a system for organizing workspace so that work may be done quickly, efficiently, and safely. This technique emphasizes putting things back where they belong and keeping the workplace clean and making it easier for individuals to complete their tasks without wasting time or causing damage. The next one is steps or principle of 5S. The first one is sort, or in Japanese, seiri. It means sort through the resources and keep only the items that are required to perform the jobs. The next one is set in order, or seiton. It means ascertain that all things are arranged and that each item has a specific location. The third one is shine, or seiso. It is to ensure purpose-driven work, proactive efforts to keep workplace surrounding clean and organized are made. The fourth one is standardize, or seiketsu. It is to generate a series of organizational and process standards. And the last one is sustain, or shitsuke. It means to maintain discipline and sticking to new habits and conducting audits. The next one is a table of steps or principle of 5S for Prabut Jati company. So the first one is sort. Its objective is to keep only important and useful things. Standards, or things that the Prabut Jati done in their company, is they provide a storage room space to segregate unnecessary items. The responsibility is for all workers, for them, and to take turns. The impact of sort is it can reduce waste and saving space. The retention strategy is to make a list of every item and arrange it into categories. The second one is set in order. Objective is to make sure things in good arrangement. The standard made a multi-story shelf arranged in one corner of the premise where their worker repair furniture for their convenience. Responsibility seems all workers will take turns. The impact of set in order is it can facilitate the search for tools and making work more convenient. The retention strategies is they can make a label for the tool thus workers do not get mixed up with the others. The third one is shine. The objective is to make sure workplace and equipment in good condition. Perabot jati done is each worker was assigned to tidy up and clean the workplace. Each morning, worker will wipe, sweep and vacuum. The responsibility are for all workers and they will also take turns. The impact of shine is they can capable of keeping the workplace clean and comfortable. The retention strategy is they can choose a day to check the equipment and workplace thoroughly. The fourth one is standardize. The objective of standardize is to maintain and monitor the first three steps. What Perabot Jati company done is every worker will indeed be assigned to clean it every morning. This activity is one of the scope of their works. The responsibility is for all the workers and they will also take turns. The impact of standardized is they can create a positive work environment by instilling excellent habits in employees. The retention strategy is they can put one person in charge to monitor the workers to prevent mistake and neglect. And the last one, sustain. The objective is to make sure employees can follow the principles by themselves. The workers will make a cleanliness report through a WhatsApp group. The responsibility is for all the workers and they will also take turns. The impact expectation is they can instill in workers a sense of accountability. The retention strategy, they can put one person in charge in giving report to reduce the workload. That's all from us. Thank you.